Jainara dear students, I hope you all are safe. Stay home, stay safe. And whenever you move out of your house, follow the rules of SMS. Keep on sanitizing your hand, wear mask and maintain social distancing. Now students, this is the second week of our virtual class after the summer vacation. And in the last week, we have studied the chapters. Let's continue our studies.
So, dear students, today we'll start a poem which is written by Walt Whitman, and the name of the poem is The Voice of the Rain. Before starting the poem, you need to know about the poet. The poet Walt Whitman. He was born on 31st May 1819 and he went for his heavenly abode on 26th March 1892 in United States. He was an American poet, essayist and journalist. A humanist, he was a part of the transition between transcendentalism and realism. His well-known works, they include Leaves of Grass, Song of Myself, O Captain, My Captain. And regarding rewards, he received Golden Kite Award for picture book illustration. The poem. Now, the poem Voice of Rain by Walt Whitman, it signifies the eternal role that the rain plays in nurturing, quenching and purifying the various elements of earth. Now this is the stanza 1 in front of you. Here, thou, 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 it means you. So, the poem begins with the poet asking for the identity of the soft falling rain shower. Much to the surprise of the poet, the rain replies to his question, which the poet translates for his reader. The rain, in its own voice, tells the poet that she is the poem of this earth. The rain is trying to say that as music or poetry gives pleasure to human beings, the rain gives happiness to Mother Earth. Here, the second stanza of the poem is there in front of you. The poet here says that the rain is an eternal process, but it takes different forms at different times. Impalpable, it means unable to be felt by touching. So here, it arises from the land and the deep sea in the form of intangible water vapor and goes up to the sky. There, it takes an indistinct shape in the form of clouds. Although it changes in its form or shape, its core matter remains the same. Since vapor and clouds, they contain water, they can get transformed into the other. The words impalpable and eternal, they indicate that nature is not fully understood, and still some part of it always remain beyond our reach. Here, descend means to move or fall downwards. So here, the raindrops, the poet is telling that the raindrops, they pour down from above to wash away droughts and dust layers enveloping earth. It satisfies the thirst of the dry earth and heals everything that is degrading and is lying lifeless. The showers remove the dust particles and they make earth clean and green. Here, the rain also helps in the germination of seeds which were lying dormant due to a dry spell. Now, in this stanza, the poet is telling that the rain is involved in a continuous process of giving life on earth by providing water to dormant seeds and making the earth more beautiful and full of greenery. Rain helps in enhancing the beauty of earth. We all know it, as in the absence of water, everything turns dull, or we can say so, they turn lifeless, and the dust, it accumulates everywhere. The last two lines are the poet's own words and his reflection upon the answers given by the earth. That's the reason why it is in bracket. The poet observes that the life of rain is similar to that of a song. A song or poem is creativity at its best. It has the power to calm, to heal, to rejuvenate. In the same way, repeated evaporation and condensation, it purifies the rain. The entire environment gets drenched in the rain. Dust particles, they settle down and there is greenery everywhere, which makes the whole earth to look very beautiful. The poet here, therefore, draws a parallel between rain and music, as both have rhythm and ability to thrill. Both of them rejuvenate and beautify life. Now comes the poetic device. The first poetic device used here is personification. Here, the rain has been personified, as it has been given a voice in the poem. The next comes metaphor. I am the poem of the earth. The poet here uses metaphor to compare how the rain leaves the ground to come back to the ground. And in this process, it gives life to many things. The next is simile. Simile, in the last two lines, the poet has drawn a parallel between the rain and the song of a poet. The next device is hyperbole. Bottomless sea, used in the poem, is an example of hyperbole. Here, the poet describes sea as bottomless, which is an exaggerated statement. The last device is imagery. In the first line of the poem, soft falling showers gives the reader an image of gentle rain or drizzle. And during the dialogue between the poet and the rain, it creates an image of showers or drop of water falling down from the heavens to earth. That's it, dear students. I hope you would have understood it. If you have any problem.
So, I hope it is clear to you. But still, if you feel that you are having any problem, please feel free to ask.